Wow, what a sound. That was the sound of the jungle of Uganda, one of the most diverse forests in the world. This is where one Canadian has dedicated himself to save the forest of Uganda and it's all its valuable plants and resources that are held within. Hello, Aaron Elton. How are you doing today?
Very good. Very good. Thank you.
So tell me about why Uganda?
I came to Uganda shortly after college. I graduated with a cinematographer's certificate, and I was producing culturally relevant or culturally conscious hip hop videos with African musicians. And I fell in love with the country for many, many reasons. Over the course of about 4 years of coming back and forth, doing all of these different hip hop music videos and all different types of documentary work that I was doing at the time, I realized that there was a big opportunity in the forestry sector. And so I kind of transitioned into agroforestry because to me, I saw that the biodiversity of Uganda it was such an important resource. And in 2008, I read a report that by 2050, Uganda was going to lose all of its high canopy jungles. And having grown up on Bowen Island, I had a love for forestry and nature, and I felt like that was a big tragedy. So facing humanity to lose such a country's forests, which has over 80% of the biodiversity of, the land-based species here. So I switched careers and I went into agroforestry and sustainable design science, permaculture design. And it's just a wonderful country to live in. It's definitely got its rocky roads, so to speak, and its ups and downs as a developing country. But it's one of the friendliest countries in the world. The weather is amazing. Everybody, for the most part, people understand English very well. It's an English speaking country. It's part of the British Commonwealth.
Well, thank you for doing your part. You came from my neck of the woods. I know you're on Bowen. You were on Bowen. I'm in North Van, so I understand the ecosystem very well. So thank you for doing your bit to help with the world climate change and what's going on globally. So tell me about moringa. What's so special? Why moringa?
Moringa, Moringa is just a ridiculously amazing plant. And when you analyze the moringa plant, you see that this is one of the easiest plants to grow in the tropical setting. It can grow anywhere where there's no frost, and it's the most nutrient dense plant in the world. And because of this, it also has all this huge range of phytochemicals in there, which are highly beneficial, highly bioavailable for people who consume it on a regular basis. So I fell in love with the plant when I started researching it. That was about 2010. And I've seen it cure people's blindness. I've seen older people with severe chronic illnesses. It just heals so many different things. And primarily on my side as a forester, it's a really good crop to establish a belief in forestry because it's so robust and it has such a high survival rate. And it has dozens and dozens and dozens of uses on the farm and in the business world for nutraceutical products as well.
What you're working on right now with boots on the ground, and as a Canadian, that's very important for me to understand that you understand what I'm looking for as I'm adding these new products to my lineup to educate North Americans of just what you're trying to do. So thank you, Aaron Elton. Very, very educational for me, and I'm sure for our audience as well.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for watching our second episode of my news channel show. On our next show, we'll talk about reshoring and all the companies that are doing it and that are coming back to Canada and other parts of the world where they came from. I'm Rob Arthurs, and I'm your host. Thanks very much.